Most people think losing strength is just part of getting older. But what if it isn't? What if the stiffness, the tired legs, the unsteady balance are all warning signs of something preventable? Today, we'll uncover one daily habit backed by science that can rebuild muscle, restore energy, and help you move with the strength and confidence of someone decades younger. Because the truth is that your body hasn't given up on you. It's just waiting for a signal. Number 1. The truth about muscle loss. After 60, and why most people get it wrong. It wasn't the fall that scared Eleanor. It was how helpless she felt trying to get back up. Eleanor, 72, had always been independent. A retired librarian from Michigan, she baked pies on Sundays and tended to her little garden out back. But one morning, her knee gave out as she reached down to pick up a dropped spoon. She didn't fall hard, but her legs wouldn't lift her when she tried to stand up. She had to crawl to the chair and pull herself up. Later, at the clinic, the doctor called it just part of getting older. But that didn't sit right with Eleanor. Not because she was stubborn, though she was, but because something about it felt unfinished, like there had to be more to the story. And she was right. You see, losing muscle and strength after 60 isn't just some inevitable curse of aging. It has a name: sarcopenia. And more importantly, it's not caused by age, it's caused by inaction. So, what is sarcopenia? Think of your muscles like a fire. When you're young, it burns bright because you're moving, lifting, playing. But over time, we stop providing that fire fuel. We sit more, walk less. And without realizing it, the flame dies down quietly. Most people don't notice until the little things start to feel big. Getting out of the car becomes a struggle. Carrying groceries leaves your arms sore for days. A walk around the block takes more effort than it used to. That's not just aging. That's muscle loss in motion. Researchers from Harvard and the Mayo Clinic have been sounding the alarm. Sarcopenia isn't just common. It's dangerously misunderstood. By age 80, most people will have lost 30 to 50% of their muscle mass and don't even know it's happening. And here's the thing. The process doesn't start at 80. It begins as early as your 30s, but accelerates dramatically after 60. Yet millions of people accept it like it's fate. But Eleanor didn't, and neither should you. We're often told that's just how it is when you're older. But that mindset can be dangerous. Because when we believe strength loss is inevitable, we stop fighting it. In reality, your muscles aren't disappearing overnight. They're quietly being ignored, and without a reason to stay strong, your body simply lets them go. It's not your fault. Most doctors don't explain it well. They focus on medications and numbers on a chart, but not on what keeps you steady, safe, and standing: your muscles. Losing muscle isn't aging, it's a message. 1. Your body whispers whenever you feel weaker than you used to. And the good news? You can answer that message. In the next section, we'll show you what's causing this hidden decline and how a straightforward shift can bring your body's strength back to life. Number 2. What causes your muscles to shrink? And it's not just age. John was walking less, eating the same, and somehow gaining weight while losing strength. Something didn't add up. John, 67, a retired mechanic from Colorado, had always been active. He didn't go to the gym, but moved constantly, fixing things in the garage and helping neighbors with yard work. But after retiring, he slowed down. Not on purpose, just less reason to move. When his granddaughter asked him to help hang a tire swing, John was shocked at how heavy the rope felt. "I must be getting old," he told himself. But deep down, he felt something else, confused. Why was he feeling weaker if nothing in his life seemed that different? The truth is, John wasn't just aging. His body had stopped receiving the signal to stay strong. And once that signal disappears, muscle follows. Muscles don't vanish overnight. They're dismantled slowly, piece by piece, because your body thinks you don't need them anymore. Why does this happen? Because of a combination of silent biological changes. Low-grade chronic inflammation, what scientists now call inflammation. Hormonal shifts that decrease growth signals. Less neuromuscular activation means your brain and muscles stop talking as well. And most importantly, no meaningful resistance or challenge. Imagine your muscles are like loyal workers. If they don't get assignments, they clock out and go home. No stress, no stimulus, no reason to stay on the job. Chronic inflammation is one of the biggest culprits, the kind that quietly brews inside your body for years. It doesn't cause pain directly, but interferes with your rebuilding ability. According to Tufts University, healthy seniors with good diets lose muscle 3 times faster if they have high inflammation levels. But here's the good news. The right physical challenge acts like an internal extinguisher. Resistance-based movement releases anti-inflammatory messengers that calm the system down. In short, moving with purpose quiets the fire and signals your body to grow again. Another hidden factor? Your neuromuscular junction, the signal highway between brain and muscle, frays over time. That's why reaction times slow, balance weakens, and even simple tasks feel uncertain. However, compound movements, like squats or wall push-ups, can rebuild those connections. Every rep is like a reboot between your brain and your body. Muscle loss isn't just about age, it's about missed signals. Signals the body stops sending when we stop asking for strength. If you stop challenging your body, it starts clearing out the parts you think you don't need. But the moment you gently, but deliberately, begin to move again, your body listens. And that leads us to the fundamental shift. The one daily habit that wakes those signals back up and helps your body rebuild muscle like you're 40 again. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. We'll show you precisely what that habit is in the next section. Number 3, the daily habit that rebuilds muscle. Like you're 40 again. When Helen started holding a plank for just 10 seconds a day, she didn't think much of it. But 3 weeks later, she got up from the floor without needing help for the first time in 12 years. In her early 70s, Helen never imagined she'd be exercising. She hated that word. It sounded like pain, sweat, and gyms full of machines she didn't understand. But after a minor fall in the kitchen, one that left her shaken more than hurt, her daughter gently said, "Mom, maybe it's time to do something for your strength." Reluctantly, Helen agreed to try one thing, holding a plank against the wall. Just 10 seconds. That was it. No weights, no mats, no loud music. And something remarkable happened. Her back stopped aching. She could rise from chairs more easily. She felt firmer, stronger. What she discovered was a form of movement called progressive resistance. Progressive resistance training, or PRT, isn't about lifting heavy weights or sweating buckets. It's about sending the proper signal to your muscles, gradually and consistently, so they know they're still needed. And the key word here is progressive. That means you start where you are. You increase intensity, duration, or control over time, and you focus on quality, not quantity. Why it works so well after 60? Most traditional senior exercise advice focuses on walking, water aerobics, or light stretches. And while those help with circulation, they often don't challenge the muscles enough to spark growth. According to studies from Tufts and McMaster University, seniors who perform just 2 30-minute resistance sessions per week, done to mild muscle fatigue, gained more muscle than those working out 5 days a week without pushing themselves. It's not about doing more. It's about doing enough to wake the muscles up. When your muscles say, "That's enough. I'm tired now," that's when the rebuilding begins. The best part? You can do this right in your living room. Some of the most effective exercises for rebuilding strength after 60 are wall push-ups, build upper body without straining joints, chair squats, activate legs and core in a real-life movement, isometric holds, like wall sits or plank holds, where you press or hold without moving resistance bands, portable and gentle but powerful. None of these require fancy machines. They require your attention, breath, and willingness to say, "Let's try." The most powerful signal you can send your body is this: "I'm not done. I still need this strength." And your muscles? They'll respond, sometimes faster than you'd expect. In the next section, we'll explore 5 common mistakes that can secretly sabotage your progress, even if you're already doing the right exercises. Let's make sure you avoid them. Number 4. 5 common mistakes that quietly sabotage strength. After 60, Frank never missed his morning walk. Rain or shine, he clocked in 5,000 steps. So why was he still getting weaker? Frank, 74, thought he was doing everything right. He stayed active, kept his weight steady, and avoided heavy lifting to protect his joints. But when his doctor tested his muscle strength, the results surprised him. He was below average for his age. Worse yet, his balance was declining. Frank was frustrated. "I walk every single day," he said. But as his physical therapist gently explained, walking wasn't the same as strengthening. And unknowingly, Frank had been making the same 5 mistakes many seniors fall into. Let's go through them, so you can avoid losing time, energy, and progress. Mistake number 1. Believing movement equals muscle. Yes, walking is good for the heart. It keeps joints moving and the brain clear. But walking doesn't challenge your muscles enough to grow or preserve strength after 60, especially not the muscles you rely on to stand up, climb stairs, or catch yourself from a fall. Think of walking like brushing your teeth. It's essential, but won't build a stronger jaw. For muscle strength, your body needs resistance, something that says, "Hey, this is harder than usual. Let's build back stronger." Mistake number 2. Doing the same thing every time. Frank had been walking the same loop, at the same pace, every day, and his muscles adapted. Your body stops responding when you repeat the same movement at the same intensity. It no longer sees the need to improve. Training stagnation is one of the most overlooked reasons seniors don't see results, even when they're active. Your muscles need variety and progression to stay challenged. Mistake number 3. Focusing only on isolated muscles. Some exercise programs focus on single muscle moves, like leg extensions or bicep curls. But you don't use your body one muscle at a time in real life. You simultaneously get up from a chair, using your legs, hips, and core. You catch your balance with multiple systems working together. That's why compound movements like squats, rows, and push-ups are far more effective. They train your body to move as a team, not in silos. Mistake number 4, avoiding fatigue. This one surprises many. Most seniors are told not to push themselves too hard, but the truth is, avoiding effort is what leads to decline. Your goal isn't pain, it's mild fatigue. That moment when you can no longer do a rep with perfect form. That's when the signal is strongest for your muscles to grow. If you never challenge your muscles, they never get the message to rebuild. Mistake number 5, skipping recovery. Strength isn't built during the workout, it's built after. Without recovery, your body doesn't repair or grow. This means sleep, hydration, stretching, and enough high-quality protein to support repair. Even just 25 to 30 grams of protein after a session makes a difference. If you've tried to get stronger but haven't seen results, it's not your fault. Chances are, one of these minor missteps is blocking your progress. But the fix is simple. Train smarter, not longer. Challenge your muscles, not your joints. And always let recovery do its job. In the final section, we'll meet real people, just like you, who applied these principles and saw their strength, independence, and confidence return to life. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 3 below to let me know you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Number 5, real stories of seniors who rebuilt their strength and how you can too. At 82, Miriam climbed the church steps without using the railing for the first time in 17 years. Her secret? Just 10 minutes a day. Not long ago, Miriam, a widow from North Carolina, avoided stairs altogether. She had grown used to holding onto walls, leaning on grocery carts, and even turning down invitations because she didn't trust her balance. But everything changed when her retired nurse neighbor introduced her to resistance bands and a few chair exercises. At first, Miriam laughed. "I'm too old for this," she said. Her neighbor smiled and replied, "No, you're too strong not to try." Miriam started with just seated rows using a towel, 10 gentle reps. A few days later, wall push-ups, then squats, slow and steady. By week 3, something shifted. Her knees didn't creak as much. She felt lighter getting out of bed. And one Sunday, almost without realizing it, she walked up the church steps without stopping. It wasn't a miracle. It was biology responding to a signal. In a study from the University of Alabama, seniors in their 80s who began resistance training, many for the first time, gained up to 3.3 pounds of lean muscle in just 12 weeks. Their balance improved. Their walking speed increased. Some even lowered their blood sugar and improved cognition. These aren't Olympic athletes. They're everyday people who simply decided to try. One man, 76, said, "For the first time in a decade, I got up from the floor without anyone helping me. I cried right there on the carpet." Another study from Finland showed that seniors who combined gentle resistance training with weekly sauna use saw 40% less muscle loss than those who did nothing. A research group at McMaster University found that training for mild fatigue, even with light weights or just body weight, sparked significant strength gains in participants over 70. What do all these stories have in common? Not fancy gyms, not supplements, not expensive programs, Just one habit, done daily. Progressive resistance, adapted to their level, built with patience and practiced purposefully. Some started with wall sits, others with water bottles. A few just began by standing up and sitting down from a chair 5 times. But every one of them made a choice. Not to give up, but to give their body one more reason to rise. If you've been wondering whether it's too late, whether it's worth the effort, and whether your body will respond, the answer is yes. Yes. And absolutely yes, because your muscles don't care how old you are. They care whether you still ask something of them. In the final section, we'll bring everything together and show you how to begin your journey today in just 10 minutes a day. You've just discovered the one daily habit that can help you rebuild strength, restore lost muscle, and feel confident in your body again, no matter your age. So here's your next step. Pick one movement from this video. Just one. Try it today, not tomorrow, not next week. Today. If something in this video surprised or inspired you, comment on the number 2 below. That simple gesture might encourage someone else to begin too. If you found value here, don't forget to subscribe for more videos made just for you. Simple, science-backed, and designed to help you stay strong, independent, and full of life. This isn't the end. It's a new beginning. And it starts with one habit and one choice.